Hello students, how are you? So let's start with 6th standard science subject. So students, we will study now chapter number 14, water, and the topics are how much water do we use, water available for use, where do we get water from, disappearing tricks of water by evaporation, evaporation of water in sunlight and in shade, we will see that activity, and we will see loss of water by plants through transpiration. So now we will see the topic how much water do we use. So uses of water we will see. It is needed for drinking, bathing, washing, cleaning of vessels, toilets, flushing, etc. We are using water for many purposes. Our body contains about 70% of water. Therefore, water is essential for our life. Water helps for the animals as well as plants to cool. Water is essential for germination of seeds. It is required for irrigation of the crops. It used to generate electricity. Water wheels is used to run flour mills. Water is used in many industries like paper, rayon, petroleum refining, fertilizers, dyes, drugs and other chemical industries. Water is used in car radiators to keep the engine cool. In cold countries, people use water to warm their houses, and water is used to keep the things cool. Many uses of water are there in our life. Now we will see how much water is available for use. About 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. That is why it is also called a water planet. But do you know how much water is readily available for use? Most of the water, about 97%, is in the seas and oceans as salt water. This water is too salty to be used for drinking and irrigation. Thus, only a tiny fraction, about 3%, of the earth water is available to us as fresh water. Out of this, 2.9997% is locked up in the mountains of glaciers and is buried so deep under that it costs too much to extract. So only about 0.003% of the fresh water is easily available to us in the form of groundwater, river, lake, streams, soil moisture and water vapor. Now we will see where do we get water from. So we are knowing this answer, that from where we can get water. So we can get water from ponds, lakes, rivers, wells. Then water in taps come from rivers, lakes or wells. Generally we give the answer water is coming from taps, but in the tap from where the water is coming? From all these sources: ponds, lakes, rivers, wells. It is important to note that about 2/3 of the earth is covered with water, and most of this water is in the form of oceans and seas. But the water in the oceans and seas has many salts dissolved in it, and other words, the water in ocean and seas is saline. So it is not fit for drinking and other domestic. Domestic means generally we are using it for our daily life, washing utensils, clothes like this. So and agriculture and industrial needs. So but still ocean plays very important role in supplying the water we use. But did you notice that the water we drinking is not salty? Moreover, many of us live far away from the oceans, and the oceans and the seas help in the supplying water for us through the water cycle. They are not directly supplying the water, but through water cycle they are supplying us water. So we will see in that in the next video. Now we have seen activities through which we can use water. Then afterwards we will see disappearing tricks of water through evaporation. Now students, you know it very well what is the meaning of evaporation. Evaporation means what? Heating up of water bodies with the sun's heat, and the water vapors are mixing into the atmosphere, and that process is called evaporation. So water disappear from wet clothes. As you can see on the cloth line, the clothes are there, and generally we are keeping the clothes on the clothes lines wherever the sun rays are coming. So we are keeping the clothes on the cloth line, and for drying them up quickly. Water from the fields, flower pots, wet roads, rooftops, and a few other places also disappears after the rains. This is due to the evaporation of water. Evaporation is the process of converting water into vapor, and heating is required for this process of evaporation. So as you can see here, the clothes are kept on the cloth line, and because of sun's heat, the water gets evaporated and the water vapors are mixing into the atmosphere. So in this manner, when we are drying the clothes, we are not able to see water vapors, but after some time we can see the clothes are getting dry. So like this, the water is disappearing in the atmosphere. Now during the daytime, sunlight falls on the land and water bodies. As a result, water from all these places continuously changing into vapor. Also, the air surrounding us gets heated up due to the sunlight during the daytime. And this warm air provides heat for evaporation of water in the shade. Means in the shade also, the things are getting dry. Water is disappearing through the evaporation process because of this process only. Thus, evaporation takes place from all open surfaces of water, and evaporation takes place wherever the sun rays are not directly reaching over there. You can see on the floor, suppose water is falling down. Now after some time, you can see that water is getting evaporated because of sun's heat is there in the whole atmosphere, and that heat is also transferring, and because of that the warm air provides heat for evaporation of water in the shade also. Thus, the evaporation takes place from all open surfaces of water. Consequently, water vapor is continuously added to the air. So, these are the disappearing tricks of water through evaporation. Actually, we are not able to see the vapors when they are mixing into the atmosphere, but because of heat, the evaporation process continuously going on in the atmosphere. Now students, we are going to see one activity. Take two similar plates. We have to take two similar plates, and you have to do this activity at home so that you will come to know the difference between the time of evaporation. Now see, you have to take two similar plates. Place one of the plate in sunlight, where the sunlight or sun rays are coming, and keep the other in the under the shade. Now pour equal amount of water in each of the plates. You can see in figure 14.5. Here one plate is kept under the roof and one plate is kept outside, so that sun rays directly falls on that. Now pour equal amount of water in each of the plate. You can use a cap or bottle to measure the water. Means we have to in simple language, we have to measure the water and we have to put into the both plates. From which plate does the water disappear first? You have to observe that, and without observation also sometimes you can say the right answer, because you can imagine that in sun, wherever the sun rays are coming, that water gets evaporate fast, and wherever the shade is there, over there evaporation process also takes place, but the process is slow. So in activity, so during the daytime, sunlight falls on the water in oceans, rivers and lakes and ponds, and by this process the evaporation process continuously goes on. In activity 2, this activity we have seen now, we took two plates, okay. Now did you find that water also disappeared from the plate kept in the shade? Means we are able to see, observe that the plate kept in the sun, wherever the sun rays are coming, and we can observe the plate wherever we have put that plate under the roof, means in the shade. So we have to observe that. Though it could have been taken more time, the plate which is kept in the shade, it would have been taken more time also. But does the heat from the sunlight reach here? Yes. the heat is transferring over there also, in the shade also. Yes, during the daytime all the air surrounding us gets heated. Okay, in the summer or sunny days we can feel also that outside the home if sun rays are coming, and inside the home also. So whenever a temperature is more, at that time we are feeling more hot because that heat is transferring. Means in simple language, during the daytime all the air surrounding us get heated, and this warm air provides heat for evaporation of water in the shade. Thus, evaporation takes place from all open surfaces of water. As a result, water vapor get continuously added to the air. However, evaporation of water is a slow process. That is why we rarely notice its loss of water from a full bucket water. In sunlight, evaporation takes place faster. On heating water on a burner, its evaporation takes place even faster. Is there any other process through which water vapors gets transferred into the air? Yes, there is another process also through which that water vapors are also getting transferred into the atmosphere. This is one of the method, evaporation. So we will see that another method. So loss of water by plants through transpiration process. We have seen loss of water means not loss of water. We have seen the evaporation process. By that process, water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere. This is also one of the method by which the water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere. Now loss of water by plants, and that process is called transpiration. We all know that plants need water to grow. A part of this water is used by the plant to prepare its food. A part of water is also stored in various parts of the plant. Remaining water is released by the plant into the air as water vapor through the process of transpiration. Hence, water vapor enters the air through processes of evaporation and transpiration. By the process of transpiration, through plants, water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere. On the surface of the leaves, tiny pores are present, means through pores transpiration takes place. That are called stomata. Loss of water by plants. Plants need water to grow. Plant use a part of this water to prepare their food and retain some of it there in atmosphere through different parts. The remaining part of this water is released by the plants into air as water vapor through the process of transpiration. Water vapor enter the air through the process of evaporation and transpiration. You can see here plant means precipitation. We will see that term also. Precipitation means rainy. It's raining. That water is absorbed by the plants. Okay, and some of the water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere through evaporation process, and plants are also releasing some of the water through transpiration process. So by these two methods, water vapors are mixing into the atmosphere through evaporation as well as through transpiration. So students, in this introductory part of the water, we have seen uses of water and availability of water for use. Then after that we have seen evaporation process, river, water, lake. Because of sun's heat, that water gets evaporated, and by that evaporation the water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere, and by transpiration also. So by that methods, evaporation and transpiration, water vapors are getting mixed into the atmosphere. So we will see all these topics again in the next video, and then we will start the next part. Till that time you have to read the textbook, find out the hard word meanings. Whichever is new for you, you have to find out the meanings of that lesson. Thank you for watching video.